Hello, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. I am Tom Goodwin. This is Michelle Ronquillo.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Here we are.
And the subject has to do with testing spiritual tools. And there are all kinds of different meditative techniques and different spiritual training methods and so forth. But if nobody tries them out, there's no way to prove whether they work or not. It's like if somebody invents a new car and nobody's going to try it, how can they know if it works or not? And that is the problem I find with my own spiritual techniques. But the thing is, I've always been a trier. Trial and error is how you grow spiritually. If you're not willing to go out and see how different things work, how do you know whether they work or not? Or how do you know whether they're going to work for you or not? And that's what I find, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in our culture that are so locked into a certain spiritual ideology or system that they won't even look, that they won't even explore, they won't even try basic meditation or something as simple as that. They won't try anything because they're locked in. Of course, I couldn't possibly reach people as closed-minded as that think they already have all the answers, that have that sort of arrogance that they know it all already. Of course, I can't reach them, and I'm in my feisty mood because
he's feisty.
Because I'm on my rougher diet where I'm eating less calories. I still have extra weight, so it's not that. It's just that I'm fighting to be leaner and more conditioned spiritually in order to really affect the world more, get my nervous system a little bit more connected, let's say.
Yeah, I think that when you're testing spiritual tools that work for you, you need to trust your gut. The things that work will resonate with your spiritual energies right away. You'll know already if it's going to work for you. But like Tom says, you have to try. You have to break free and be creative and open-minded to those tools. You never know until you try. Me and Tom have even reached out and tried to touch energy bases with gurus before. And we both said that's not for us. Why? Because to us, the energy flows from the universe straight to the being, straight through the vessel. There's no let the energy go through that person so that person can give you energy so you can have the... No, it's not about that. You get the directions, you get the energy straight from the source.
And to me, it has to be practical. It has to work in this world we're in right now,
right.
In the reality we're in right now. If it just puts you into some really nice, comfortable, blissful state, but has nothing to do with our reality, that sounds like a drug to me. It sounds like one of these drugs that is going to eventually cause you problems. Because if you're not doing well in this reality, and that means something's doing harm to you. It's hurting you.
Yeah, and then the other thing with spiritual tools is the science and understanding that spiritual confirms science and science confirms spiritual.
So that has to do with the physical spiritual connection, the link.
Yes.
And you say, well, when you ignore the physical, you're basically ignoring substance. You're ignoring the resistant world we live in that challenges us. So you're ignoring challenges. You're ignoring the adventure of life, that which makes it exciting and makes you, when you go up against something, that's how you prove something has value. Now, if you want to create a fantasy, it's easy to create a fantasy if you take away reality. If you take away the physical, challenging, resistant world we live in, then it's very easy to hold on to any fantasy because you don't really have to test it. Because you can't test something unless you put it up against resistance. And it's our resistant, challenging physical reality that can really test how effective our spiritual theories actually are.
Yeah, and also when you're testing spiritual tools, you got to remember to do your research. Really understand what they're doing for you. What are the tools helping you do? Is it helping you heal your emotional child within by facing the emotions of your everyday? See how that just fit into reality-based understandings? Understanding that the things that you do spiritually are going to affect the physical outside is inside, inside, outside, and also do the research to balance the reality-based lessons. Are they really helping you in your everyday? Is it getting you healthier? Are the things that you're doing concentrate on a connection to the universe, or does it take you somewhere else? Reality-based understandings of spiritual tools are very important and can lead you to new ways of evolving.
And emotions power the spiritual, and therefore the spiritual should help you to handle the emotions of life a lot better and be able to handle stronger emotions, so that if you get challenged by emotional situations in your life that are really hard on you, you'll be able to handle them a lot better. And then as you learn how to handle emotions, all emotions have a value, no matter what they are, whether
Right.
it's fear, whether it's anxiety or whatever, they all serve a purpose.
They're all there
And you have
for a
to
reason.
figure out, I mean, some emotions just warn you about things or get you ready for things, and if you can handle them, you can get through an
Yes.
awful lot. If all emotions were rosy, they wouldn't be helpful in dealing with, all the troubles and challenges of life. You have to know that things aren't right in order to fix them, or in order to make them
Yes.
better. And when you become good at handling emotions, you're going to next be very good at handling desires, because the emotions are what are rooted behind the desires. It's the emotions that direct the desires, pretty much. And once you can control and direct the desires, you can get healthier, because you can figure out how to eat better and do all kinds of things that are
Yes.
good for you. If you can't control your desires, it's hard to move in a positive direction in this world, in a lot better direction in this world.
And like a lot of people out there do, just go with the flow of whatever emotions are coming in. We're talking about focusing on why those emotions are coming in. And another thing that was a good point that Tom made, understanding that physical health, physical well-being, making sure that you do the training of the exercise physical parts, it's going to enhance and clear the spiritual parts of yourself. You're going to be able to grab a hold of those emotions quicker, understand them, research them, look at them. I'm talking about research inside you. Why are they coming up? Why are you feeling the way you do? Really understand the ins and outs of you. Know thyself.
And that has to do a lot with the physical spiritual connection.
Yes.
And I think really effective spiritual training has a physical element to
Yes,
it,
it
so that
does.
it helps you to connect more with the physical. If you're connecting with a meditative system that disconnects you from the physical, I'd be concerned about it,
Yes.
because, as I say, the physical is what challenges how well one's spiritual theories and techniques actually work. And you have to be healthy to really be able to handle strong emotions
You
and
do.
strong spiritual states, because there's stress involved. If you have some kind of tragic trauma or whatever, it's going to stress the physical body.
Yes.
And you have to have a type of training that makes the body healthy enough that it can handle the stress.
Yes.
So therefore, if you have a spiritual program that does not involve some kind of spiritual movement exercise, or some kind of exercise of some form to get your circulation and your nervous system working better, I don't think it'll help you to handle the stress. And
Yeah.
what's stress related to? It's the nervous system. And when you do the kind of training that I do, where you do the short, quick movements and you do the breathing and all, that tends to rev up the nervous system and train the nervous system. And I think any real good spiritual program would have something to do with helping the nerves and the nervous system to function better, so that your nerves will not get the better of you when the emotions are powerful.
Yeah, when they're really powerful, sometimes people get in a state of panic, chaos. They do the wrong choices, all because their nervous system and their body is just literally in chaos. And with training techniques that Tom offers, allows you to have control and understand why in the chaotic moment, why you need to be able to balance that nervous system and thrive instead of using fight or flight.
And then the circulation counts too, because you'll find the nerve do better when the circulation is going good.
Yes.
That's why a kind of aerobic type exercise, you can develop an aerobic exercise that has the type of breathing technique that makes it more spiritual, and that's what I've done. I've developed it. So
yeah, so come try it out.
That's why, and
reach out to Tom, and he'll get you started on an ABC movement for yourself, testing his spiritual tools, like I have tested. And you can't ever just say, oh yeah, something's good, without testing it or trying it or looking at it, researching it. It's those people that give the new tools a chance to work for them, has more of a success, because they're actually doing the trial and error that it takes for the evolvement of self. Sometimes things work good for yourself, and sometimes you have to cut it off. But reaching out, knowing what's going to work for you is that important step that we're talking about.
And I do have a video on my spiritual training program. And I do have a video on my dumbbell swing exercise.
Yeah, go look it up. Go look it up. Check it out.
And on WordPress, Astro Goodwin WordPress, there's all kinds of blogs, and I do have more. I have the meditative techniques and stuff on that. The introduction of this site, this YouTube site, does have how to find things.
That's right.
If you'll look at the introduction. It's very hard for me. I can't. Whenever I do a video, I can't be explaining my techniques every single time, because even though they're important to do every single video.
That's right. So do the research, look back into our videos, check it out. Check out Tom's spiritual tools. Try them out for yourself. Reach out to Tom and let him know what you think. And we'll definitely make more videos based on what everybody's feeling, as far as the progress of their own spiritual involvement using the spiritual tools Tom has to offer. And
I try to explain the theories behind the things that I develop.
That's right. That's
so
important.
That they make some kind of sense to you. I don't believe you. Just say, do this. Don't question. Right. I say question and check it out.
Question all you are and all you're about, because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Evolving is doing the research and then asking the questions to get better.
And it's all right to be creative, meaning I give you the theories and then you can make adjustments and make it your own, because I am a creative person. I am not the typical spiritual person that throws all this dogma and rigid stuff at you and says, this is the way you do it. I say, try this, try that, test it out, see how it works. And everybody's different individually, so you have to make your own adjustments and figure it out. And once you try it my way, and then you'll figure out, well, I can maybe make this change or that change, and it'll work better for me. I just have, I give you the general guidelines, and then you can work from there. I'm not the type of person that's going to get really dogmatic or really rigid, because I'm a creative type, and there are most of the spiritual leaders or people that claim to have expertise tend to be very rigid. They don't tend to have that creative looseness, because they weren't a creative type. They didn't develop anything new themselves. They just took something from the past and just moved it on, so to speak, or whatever.
Yes.
So I'm different in that way, and that's why I am the way I am, and that's why I don't get I always am, I don't ever think that I have anything exactly right, because the creative mind never sees things as exactly right. They're always adjusting, always changing, always trying to figure out new ways to tweak it or change things.
Evolve.
And that's what we need to start doing, because in the past we've been locked in too much spiritually, and we need to loosen up and to get our creativity. Even though I push it really hard, I am creative. I'm always willing to try different things.
And I'm out there testing his wonderful spiritual tools and making him my own, doing my own little movements with my arms. And I have literally taken what he has given me and made it better for my evolvement.
Okay, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise, and the subject's been testing spiritual tools, and that's what we're talking about. Of course, we want you to test ours, but we want you to test every single other one that's out there. In other words, we're not going to tell you not to test this or that.
That's right. Go out and test it all and see what works for you. And subscribe.
Yeah, we
to our videos.
And we need the word to get out, because what are we getting? Something like the most 17 viewers.
And come on, I love you. We love you. We love your view. We love you.
We need to get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of viewers.
Let's push.
We need this to start getting going.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you viewing it, and please spread the word. Thank you.
Subscribe. See you next time. Test those tools.
Thank you very much.
Bye.